Hello everyone, the Curta is a very famous calculator and this is the Curta Model 2. This one was produced in January 1968. In this video, if you agree, I will do a little presentation, then I will show how to perform basic operations. In one of the next videos, I will do also the square roots with the Curta. The Curta is a portable mechanical calculator. It comes with its metal box. It has been designed by Kurt during the Second World War. It's very elegant and compact. You can use it on the go, outside home. And the sound of the movement of the numbers is very soft. Let's hear it. I could do a video with this. The Curta was then produced by the company Contina Maurin in Liechtenstein. I visited Liechtenstein, maybe it was the 1980s. I was curious about this little state that few people in Europe ever visited. When first you see it, it's very confusing because it has many sliders and many counters. But using it, in fact, is very fast and easy. This lever is a reset for the counters. With these sliders, you select the numbers you want to use for the calculations. To use it, you have to turn this crank. A single turn of the crank adds the input number to the result counter. This is the result counter. And this is the counter of the operation you made. For example, how many additions or subtraction. Do you see when I turn the crank it increases? Let's see the operations. I will start with the addition. It's easy. With the sliders you set the first addendum. Let's say 33,400. I turn the crank and here is the number. Then the second addendum, let's say 5,200. And I turn again the crank. Here the result. It's easy. With the slider you can also set the comma if it's needed. Let's reset again all the counters. And let's see the subtraction. First of all, I set the minuend here. I turn the crank and the minuend is in the counter. Then I set the subtrend with the sliders. For the subtractions, the crank should be raised. After this I turn the crank as usual and the Curta performs the subtraction. Of course, if you have many subtractions to do, you perform again the same procedure. Now let's see the multiplication. Simple multiplication, maybe 135 by 3. Actually it's 3 additions, so I set with the slider here the number 135 and I turn 3 times the crank. And here's the result. But if you have a more complex multiplication, let's say this, You cannot turn 315 times the crank. There is a faster method. You set 2153 here. Do you see that the carriage can be moved? In the number 315 there are three numbers, so you move three positions the carriage. Do you see? There are also the numbers, so it's number 3. Then I start to multiply. I turn the lever 3 times for the 3 in the 315. I move the carriage one position and I turn the crank 1 time for the 1 in the 315. I move again the carriage one position and I turn the crank 5 times for the 5 in the 315. And here's the result. It's correct. You can check if you don't believe me. Now the division. Let's say this the calculation. I set the dividend here. And I turn the crank. I reset the counter. I move the carriage 2 positions. And I set the slider in lower position. The divisor is 24 and I start subtracting from the left. I set the 24 here and I start subtracting. 1, 2, 3. I cannot subtract again because the number 6 here is lower than the 24. So fourth number is the 3. I move the carriage one position and I subtract again 24 from here. Two times. Now 16 is lower than 24, I cannot go on, and the second number is 2. I move the carriage again one position and start turning the crank. After 7 times there are all zeros, so the calculation is finished. And here the result of our calculation, 327. I think that the Curta mechanically was very advanced for its period. The movements of the mechanism are very smooth. Also it's robust and portable, a very good work of design. In one of next videos I will do a square roots with this calculator. It's not so difficult. I had made it also in this video with the Payenne arithmometer from 1897. So why not doing it with a much more modern Curta? Have a nice day.